So have you ever been sitting in a job interview where the employer asks you, tell me about your competence? And then you get this sinking feeling in the pit of your gut that you maybe really don't know how to answer that question as well as you'd like to? In today's video, I'm going to help you learn how to handle those questions with ease. Let's get started. Now, if I think back through the hundreds of people that I've interviewed over the years, this is an area that oftentimes surfaces a lack of confidence in how well the person knows themselves. I say that because if people really understand what they're good at and they're comfortable in sharing that information with other people in a way where they're not coming across arrogant or uninformed, then things can go pretty smoothly. But regrettably, it doesn't usually happen that way. And I mean 70-75% of the interviews that I've done over the decades, people really get hung up here. I mean, it may sound really easy to do, right? And that's what catches people off guard because they think, oh, I can talk about what I've done and I can talk about what I'm good at. But the moment the interviewer begins to probe a little bit, that's oftentimes where people just go off the rails because it suddenly hits them that they don't really have a firm grasp on what competence is. So they're not sure what to talk about. So what I want to do here in this video is I want to solve that problem for you. I don't want that to ever happen to you again, if it's ever happened to you before. And if it's never happened to you, let's just keep it that way. Let's not ever have that happen to you. From a best fit standpoint, if you're interested, more detailed guidance and information on these topics discussed here in this video is available in my ebook titled How to Crush That Career Thing. This ebook is available via link in the description below. For a discount, I might add, there's a discount code also in the description below. And the book is also available on my website at SFC-SUITE.com. The key concept behind competence is demonstrated consistency and the reliability of results. Now, competence goes further than just a one-off result, obviously. It requires that you demonstrate the ability to reliably and consistently produce those desired results over time. If you can't achieve that kind of an outcome, then it's highly unlikely others would say you were competent in that area. So the most important thing about competence right off the bat is that competence isn't just one thing. Competence is actually 5 different things. So let's take a look at all 5. So the first element of competence is experience. This is what you've done. An example of experience for someone who's in the commercial real estate industry might be 10 years of experience in leading and managing real estate development projects. Now we can get more specific by talking about how many square feet developed and the property type, like retail, industrial, office, etc. The next element of competence is track record. This deals with the results that you've produced over time. Track record is different from experience in that track record deals with the results that you produce, whereas experience deals with the activities that you're participating in that usually result in an increase in knowledge or skill. Here's a few examples to help illustrate what track record might look like. So let's say that you had P&L responsibility and you improved NOI by X% in the prior year or over the past 5 years. Another example might be you're in sales and you achieved the President's Club Top Sales Award in your company each year over the past 3 to 5 years or whatever the number might be. Last example could be that you achieved on-budget performance in all of your construction projects over the past 5 years. So you see, each of those is talking about results that you've achieved over a period of time. Now, the next element of competence is knowledge. This is information-based. This is what you know. Knowledge is best demonstrated by educational certifications, training, things of that nature, as well as linking it to your experience and the results that you've produced. Knowledge by itself is not that useful. Think about the value of a newly educated person just out of college compared to someone who's got 10, 15, 20 years experience in that same area of discipline. It's through our experience that we learn how to make our knowledge useful. So the more experience you have and the more that you can illustrate through your results that you've learned how to apply your knowledge well, the more valuable you are. That experience, those distinctions, that's the story that you really want to tell if you're interviewing with a company. You want to illustrate your knowledge through your experience and the results that you've produced. In terms of your best fit, you really want to understand the knowledge that's required for the occupations that you're targeting. In that way, you're able to assess what your current knowledge base is and how you might need to supplement that to be a great candidate for the occupation that you're targeting. Let's handle the last two elements of competence together. That's skills and natural abilities and talents. Both of these deal with what you're good at doing. Skills are things that you learn how to do well. Natural talents and abilities, those are the things you're born to do well. Now, from a career and a fit standpoint, if you can find work that makes good use of something where you have natural ability and talent, definitely go for that. The reason I say that is because you could work unbelievably hard to develop a skill without talent, and you can become very, very good. But if you put the same energy and effort into developing a skill where you do have a talent, you're going to be unbelievably great. That's the difference between a professional athlete and an amateur. An amateur can work really hard, but if the amateur doesn't possess the talent that the professional athlete has, good luck. I mean, we're going to be watching from the bleachers all of the time and paying good money for the privilege. So when you're dealing with competence in an interview situation, it's vitally important for you to relate your competence to the competence required for the job. You don't want to find yourself telling stories about your competence in any of the 5 areas we just discussed that don't relate directly to the job. Understand that the interviewer is also looking for your ability to encapsulate who you are and relate it to the job. They're not just there to hear your life story. That's a wrap for this video. Thank you very much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.